Hello everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Y'all, it's another hot one. It is so hot and humid today, but I have to get my garden fertilized. It's time for a dose of nutrients. I'll tell you why. Because look, because of how hot it's been, I have been having to hand water my garden almost daily. Uh, if it rains, maybe I can skip a day, perhaps, but for the most part, I am consistently watering my garden on a regular schedule. So, because of that, when you water so frequently, sometimes the nutrients that's in the soil can sort of get washed out. Not completely, because remember, when we first fill our raised beds, when we fill our containers or grow bags, we're using a slow release fertilizer, right? So it's not all the nutrients that are being washed away, but they become less. And you can tell if you look at your plant and you see that the leaves are beginning to they're not as green and robust. They're sort of having like a yellowish tint to it. I think that's when it's time to give it a boost of nutrients. So today I'm going to fertilize the garden. I'm going to use a water-soluble fertilizer. I want to do much more than that. I know I talked about going in and actually top dressing each of the plants, especially these older ones over here that's been, this is the same soil that's been on top of these plants and the same mulch that's been on top of these plants since I planted it early spring, okay? So yeah, it's time to be completely new mulch, top dressed, but because of this heat and this lack of time, I can't do it. I can't go in and do something that, that's a big task. So I want to go ahead and feed the plants, but I'm going to have to do it a more simpler way and a way where the plants can get all those nutrients immediately. And that's by using a water soluble fertilizer. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how I do it using these 5-gallon buckets. I have 3 of them. And what I do to save myself time and energy is I place one 5-gallon bucket in each area like this. One on that corner, one right here, and one over there, on the other side of the garden. 5 gallons of the fertilizer in each. And then I take a cup and I water each plant down at the base, okay? And like I said, with water-soluble fertilizer, the plants, they can receive those nutrients through the roots immediately, okay? It's not like the slow-release fertilizer where it's slowly released in the soil over time. It gives it an instant boost of nutrients. So that's what I'm going to do today. So come with me. Let's get started. Okay, you guys. So basically, what I want to do is go out there and fertilize everything. I want to make sure that I give an extra boost of nutrients to everything in the garden. When you have to water so frequently, because of the temperatures that's been in the 90s consistently, that I have to hand water almost every single day. And when you have to do that, when you have to water frequently, sometimes the nutrients gets washed out of the soil. It's called leaching, basically. And just periodically you need to replenish the nutrients in the soil. So I will be fertilizing today I went to go get this. This is what I'm going to use. This is Fertiloom. You know what? It doesn't really matter, the name brand. I just want you to see the NPK. 958.8. Okay? Because I have a lot of things out there that needs to blossom, like my tomatoes and my peppers, and I'm growing some watermelon, things like that. I have things that flower, that needs blooms, and and I've also added some new things to the garden. So I'll be adding more zucchini Yes, I'll be growing zucchini again. This will be my second round of zucchini. And I'm also adding eggplant. So I've planted some eggplant transplants out there. And so all of that's going to be fertilized today. So that's why I'm trying to go with something that has a pretty decent number in the nitrogen, you know. Also another thing, so not only am I going to be using this, but it's something that I learned from another YouTuber a couple of years ago. He would have a water soluble fertilizer, like something that I just showed you, but also he would take the fish fertilizer and he would add some of this also. So that's also a 5 in the nitrogen. Okay, so that's adding more nitrogen also. Using this by itself is also good, but because of the frequency of watering and how often I water, I just felt that it really needed a boost because it's been a while since I fertilized. I try to fertilize on a consistent basis, like every other week, but sometimes because of the heat and just circumstances, I may not get to it, and I just make sure everything is well watered and pruned and things like that. But I may go for a while without fertilizing. And so, yeah, it's long overdue. Okay, so right here, I have one of the 5-gallon buckets filled to the top. And it also has the fish fertilizer and the water-soluble fertilizer in it. So like I said, so this bucket is going to take care of this entire area over here, and I have more buckets placed like this one over here. This is going to take care of this entire area. Okay, and then I have a bucket right over here, and that's going to take care of my okra and anything that's over in this area. So I have all the 5-gallon buckets set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, I fertilized everything. I fertilized everything but the blueberries. I have a different fertilizer for the blueberries. I have something that is for acid-loving plants. So for the blueberries, I'll do that tomorrow. But that's it for today. I think I have done my due diligence for today. I have done enough. I watered everything. I fed everything. So, you guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to share with you my little routine of my fertilizing and watering routine and just show you some of the new things that I have. Okay? So I will hop on another day and give you an update on how everything looks. Let's see if that boost of fertilizer makes a difference. Because I have to admit, everything's a little stressed right now because of the high temperatures. I really wanted to hit it hard with fertilizer that was high in phosphorus because I want those blossoms. But I didn't neglect to use something that had a good bit of nitrogen in it because I want those nice green leaves, because that's how the plant takes in all its energy from that nice foliage. Okay? So I will check back in a couple of days and let you see if things have improved. Okay? All right, you guys. I will talk to you later. You have a nice day. Bye now.